Why am I hiking the Continental Divide Trail? I get to drink very average quality water for 5 months, walk through endless miles of snow, get buried in waist deep snow, or risk getting washed away in a fast flowing river, and I get to meet all sorts of curious friendly critters that just want to stop by and say hello. My name is Shepherd. This is my journey on the Continental Divide Trail. It was mid-April when I was dropped off at the start of the Continental Divide Trail, right on the Mexico border. I started the trail with 2 other hiking buddies, Crunchmaster and Spontaneous, 2 hikers I met on the Pacific Crest Trail last year.
This is day 1 and we haven't even walked a mile, so this is us on the Continental Divide Trail. Probably going to take us about 5 months to get all the way to Canada. Goodness knows what kind of adventures we're going to be in for. What did we forget?
We couldn't think of anything.
Ah, good.
No, seriously, if y'all want a turkey sandwich.
Turkey sandwich? Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. After that first hard 2 miles.
That hard 2 miles, yeah.
See, if we do this early enough, you'll never finish.
Mm-hmm.
Real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, heart full of blues, and in the dirt.
We just wanted to say hola, hola.
In southern New Mexico, we spent our days walking on the low rocky terrain from water source to water source. The best water sources we could find were the electric windmills, pumping up high quality water from underground. All we had to do was search around the windmill, look for the on button, and then wait for the water to flow.
On.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got water.
In southern New Mexico, there wasn't a lot in the way of scenic highlights. We had to find the natural beauty wherever it lay in front of us. We had a lot of fences to negotiate in southern New Mexico. With the sharp barbed wires, we really had to look out for our backpacks, otherwise they'd be absolutely destroyed.
Oh.
And at other times, we were just a little bit geographically misplaced. There was an awful lot of nothing out here, which made for really easy hiking. Most of our water was the same water that the cows were drinking from. Some of it was quite good quality, and others, well, the quality wasn't really that good at all. We got used to drinking our water with the cattle. It was all part of the experience of hiking on the Continental Divide Trail. When we could find a flowing river, that was just a bonus. And at other times, we were just drinking what looked like cow piss.
This is probably the worst water I've ever had to drink. But it actually tastes alright. Looks like we've got a bit of a storm coming in and we're on a highway walk. What's the weather? What's the radar say? Let's just bring this up here. Oh, we're gonna get smashed.
Late one evening, I set off alone, a couple of miles ahead of my hiking buddies Spontaneous and Crunchmaster. I had an absolutely amazing sunset, but then the wind picked up and a huge dust storm started to come in. I was left with no choice but to collapse my tent and let the 70-80 mile an hour wind just blow over the top of my tent. Luckily, there was no damage to any of my equipment and I could keep on hiking the next morning. spent a lovely couple of days hiking through the Gila River. The further north we got in New Mexico, the cooler it got. So when we could find some hot springs, we definitely took the time to go in and warm up. We also took a detour to one of the many cliff dwellings in this part of New Mexico. Slowly, we kept moving northward. We knew the mountains were coming, and we knew we were going to be in for some snow hiking very soon.
This dude can sleep anywhere. This is the climb up to the top of Mount Taylor. I'm a little bit lost at the moment, not quite sure where the trail is, and I'm over 10,000 feet, so I'm not that far from the top. But it's pretty noticeable that the air's significantly thinner up here. Oh, I can't even talk anymore. Well, I finally did find the trail again. I had to come straight up that instead of taking the easy way all the way down there. After all that effort, oh, nice views, very nice views. Finally made it to 11,301 feet. Oh boy. And Crunchmaster and Spontaneous made it up there earlier. Oh yeah! Woo! We did it! Made it. Hard work.
Damn it! Ridiculous.
Embrace the brutality. Well, this is not an ideal situation. Got a thunderstorm going over the top of me right now, and I'm pretty much at the highest point that there is in this part of the world. I've been running across the top for about the last 10 minutes, and then the storm finally caught up with me. I couldn't escape anywhere up top because there was nowhere to go. I was the highest point for a lot of it. Oh, we got thunder coming in 1 minute. Now it is absolutely smashing down with hail. Can't believe this. This is unbelievable. Look at this.
Oh, the snow is coming down. It's cold. I'm wrapped up in my sleeping bag. And I don't do too well with the cold. That's alright, I'm going to have a hot meal very soon.
The further north we got in New Mexico, the more stunning the scenery became, but we're also forced to cross a lot of rivers. There was still a lot of snow around in northern New Mexico. All of it was melting real fast, causing a lot of potentially dangerous river crossings. We were following some huge paw prints in the dried mud. And then we looked across and saw what we thought were wolves. Maybe they were coyotes. Maybe they're wolves, maybe they're coyotes. What do you think?
Right here apparently is the Colorado border by New Mexico. Colorado. Oh, looks so much different in Colorado, doesn't it?
It was just Spontaneous and I heading out into Colorado. Snow conditions were said to be particularly brutal and potentially dangerous.
Spontaneous, what is happening?
Something grabbed my shoe, so...
A monster? So Spontaneous is stuck, he cannot get out.
127 hours. You know?
I know. You're out. Early morning on the trail in the San Juans. We're up about 11,500 feet and it's just after 6 a.m. The sun's just risen over behind me there, and the good thing about starting early, we started about 3:45 a.m. Good thing about that, the snow is nice and hard and easy to walk on. So, apart from it being quite breathless, we're actually making pretty good miles. This is how we have to get water in this part of the world. Well, we're up at 12,000 feet right here, and you know what? This is absolutely amazing. There's not a breath of wind, except the wind that I'm breathing in and out. And this is absolutely stunning. Look at this. And that's the direction that we're heading. You probably can't see it, but that's just snow as far as I can see. I'm blown away. Time to get moving.
I wanna go there someday. I know we're going somewhere.
You're not going to walk across it. I think too dangerous.
It all points right to that. I set myself aside, either way on this trial. If you don't know the way, we can stop and make a change. I know we walk for days, losing hope, fading love. This night will be okay, waking up to another day.
Even the locals were having troubles in the mountains. So we made the decision to get down to some lower altitude for a little while.
Hello, little fella. Now it's snowing and a little bit cold. But what's the good news? Hamburger tomorrow. Only about 12 miles away. Oh, so hungry. Whoa. Let's get off this mountain. Oh. Let's get off this mountain and go and have some food. But first, oh, there's the road. That's our exit strategy. Oh, I'm just going to try and slide down this little bit. Follow this road and we get food.
Hitchhiking is a part of through hiking, and every hiker must rely on random strangers to help them get from the trail to a town where they can resupply. Colorado was brutal. It was really starting to take its toll on us. Combination of the high altitude, soft snow conditions, steep traverses. It was all just a lot of hard work, and we took our share of falls. It was really starting to wear us down, and we had to make some changes. It was time to get off the mountains and find an easier way through Colorado.
Well, this is the highest point on the CDT.
I crossed Wyoming's Great Divide Basin, the amazing Wind River Range, and Yellowstone National Park. I was lucky enough to hike with some amazing other people on the trail. We shared all the good times and the bad times together. But winter was fast approaching, and I had to keep moving north. The trail was doing everything to stop all the hikers from making it to the Canadian border. If it wasn't the wind, it was the early season snow. But Glacier National Park remained amazing. It was a stunning highlight of the whole Continental Divide Trail. just before winter set in, and after 5 months of hiking, I reached the Canadian border. I hope you enjoyed my journey on the Continental Divide Trail. If you did, go down and give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comments section. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I've got many more adventures to come. Like on the next episode, when I go and hike the Appalachian Trail.